Thank you very much. 617-254-1030 is the number. We're ready for the next clip. However, we're almost at time for our special Steve LeVeille broadcast World Cup uniform colors report update thing. And so rather than get involved in the clip, I think maybe, even though it's going to be a minute early, we should go right to that report. Don't you think
I think so.
It's very important.
Absolutely.
World Cup, I don't know if you were with us yesterday, Mel, if you were listening, but during the World Cup, if I may preface tonight's report and explain why it was necessary, during the World Cup, when you're watching the games, unless you're a soccer fan, and like an educated soccer fan, you don't know which team is which when you're watching. You see Germany is playing Australia, but you tune into the game, and there's no way to know which team is Germany and which team is Australia. Their uniform colors might not have anything to do with their national flag colors. It doesn't say Germany across their chest, right?
Yep.
They don't have rules like the home team always wears white, like in baseball.
Sure.
Or the visiting team always wear white, like in American football. So there's no way to know, unless you know. So if you don't know, like me, you can watch the game for 20 minutes and still not know.
Have no idea.
Who's who.
Sure.
So how can, if they want to get new fans, if they want Americans to follow this foreign sport, they should make it easier for us.
I would think so, Steve. Sure.
And how do they expect me? I have to wait for a goal to be scored before I know which team is which. When they put it up on the board, who scored that goal? Germany.
I hear you.
That's Germany.
I hear you. Yep.
There was one game, though, the other day. It ended 0-0. That means no goals. I watched the whole game. I still didn't know who was playing.
Heck of a way to enjoy a game, huh? You don't know who's playing.
Really? So what we've done the last couple of days is, for the benefit of our audience who watches, because there's an early game, and an early game for me, 7:30 in the morning, there's a live sports event on. This is perfect for me.
Ideal for you, sure.
I mean, I'd watch lacrosse if it was live at 7:30 in the morning. I'd watch rugby, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So soccer is a little easier to understand than those two. So I'm all excited. I'm going to be watching the thing. But I don't know who's going to be playing. I mean, I know which teams are playing, but I know I'm not going to be able to identify them. So what I did was I came on and asked the audience for help on Sunday night, Monday morning. And one caller said, if you go to foxsports.com, they have the colors of each team. They go run through each team, and they show you the colors of the uniforms, right?
Yeah.
So you got to do that. So I have to go to the internet before I can watch the game, which is ridiculous.
Sure.
But so I figure, why should the whole audience have to do that? So that's when we established the Steve LeVeille broadcast, World Cup uniform colors report update thing. And so for the last 2 days, I've explained to the callers, like New Zealand, like yesterday I was saying, New Zealand, their home uniform is white. Their away uniform is black. Slovakia, their home uniform is blue. Their away uniform is green, or something like that. So New Zealand, white and black. Slovakia, blue and green. So when you tune in, if you see white and black, blue, white, that's got to be New Zealand. Blue, that's got to, see, that's how you would know.
It makes sense to me. Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Well,
guess what?
What?
There is now no need for the Steve LeVeille broadcast World Cup uniform colors report update thing.
And the reason?
Well, that's what we're going to tell you in our final report. Are you ready for our report?
I sure am, Steve.
Here it comes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday I'm watching the New Zealand-Slovakia game, rooting for New Zealand because I have a friend from New Zealand. I don't know anybody from Slovakia, so I'm rooting for New Zealand. And I'm watching the game, and at the end of the game, like they're about to go into stoppage time, and all of a sudden I notice up on the left-hand corner where it says New Zealand, and then it has the score, and then it has the score for Slovakia, and it says Slovakia, and then it has the clock, and it tells you how much time has elapsed. I noticed there's something extra up there that wasn't up there all weekend long for all the other games. And I look close at my TV. It might have been there for the whole game. I didn't notice it till the end. And I see the word jerseys. And under New Zealand, it says white. And under Slovakia, it says blue. And I said, oh, my God. Somebody at ESPN is listening to this show.
Yep.
They put it up there. Now you don't have to guess anymore. And how long has that been up there? So I'm watching on the DVR. So I rewind the DVR, and I go back all through the second half, and it's up. It's not constant, but it's up there a lot. Now, I don't know if they had it up in the first half or not because I changed the channel during the halftime, and so I couldn't go back there. It's a long story. But anyway, so for the second game, they did the same thing. It was Portugal and Ivory Coast, and they had jersey and they had the colors. But this was a work in progress, right? They had not done this all weekend. The previous 4 days, they had not done. The afternoon game, Brazil and North Korea, they didn't have the word jersey, and they didn't spell out the colors. They did away with that. But what they did was, right next to where it said BRA for Brazil, and right next to where it said, what does it say for North Korea? IRK, IKR, I don't know what it says. Anyway, whatever it says for Korea, there was a kind of a swoosh. Now, swoosh is Adidas, as you know, Adidas is a sponsor, so they probably don't want me to call it a swoosh, but it was like a swoosh of whichever color it was. So there was a swoosh next to Brazil for that was yellow, because they had yellow shirts, and a swoosh of red next to North Korea, because they have red shirts. And I said, how about this? So either I wasn't the only one, and people from all over the United States were calling ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut, right here in New England, saying, hey, we don't know which team is which. Could you do something about this? And either that happened, or else somebody at ESPN heard this show on their way to work or on their way home from work or something and called in and said, hey, we got to fix this. We got to do something. Steve's doing a thing, making fun of us. We got to fix this. Now, it could be that people all over America called. It could be that somebody listened to the show. Since I have no evidence that it was people from all over America, I am taking full credit, America. You're welcome. Thanks to me, we now know which team is which at the World Cup. And that is today's final Steve LeVeille broadcast World Cup Colors Uniform Report Update thing. I'm Steve LeVeille reporting.
I have one question I'd like to ask you.
Yes?
What is that horrible buzzing noise throughout your spiel? What is that?
You haven't been watching the World Cup, have you?
No.
No. That's my vuvuzela.
The hell is that?
Would you like to see my vuvuzela?
Well, not here. We're on TV, but thank you for asking.
I'll show you during the commercial. Thanks very much.